What's going on?
Oh, if I get jealous, I can't help it.
Can you hear me? Rob?
Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you do the formation lap for me, please, buddy?
I haven't even got an invite to the game, mate.
What, you're not in the game?
No?
Have you been kicked as well?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Hold on, let me see if I can join. Is it the original game? Yeah, it says request to join, so I've request.
You gotta love technical issues between me and you, mate. We never get this right, do we? This is why we don't host. But, Pancake, if you are listening, mate, you are being removed from your seat. Admin powers. Right, there we go. Right.
Oh, perfect, yeah, I was in right.
There you go. You should also have one from me as well. So, I'm just going to let you do the formation up. We are on board with MKP to start off with, okay? So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for those technical difficulties. Yeah, me and Rob seem to always have problems hosting sessions, but we're on the formation up now, just on board with MKP. I'll just run through to see what tyres everybody is on.
And I'm back.
So it's a mixture between softs and mediums, majority picking the soft tyres, so they're going to be a bit more grippier off the line, but as it's a 35% race, you may see the guys in the soft tyres go quite long, as well as the guys in the mediums going quite long as well. Silverstone, quite a long track. The undercut is very powerful around here, so undercut means if you get a lap earlier than the car in front, you should make up the time that you lost from being behind them on the outlap. So yeah, we get ready. MKB taking his grid stop. Now, are we going to see any disqualifications? Yes, we're on early with Tobe.
Yeah, Tobes is disqualified, and so is CRL Pancake. I say that is Karma Pancake, for your earlier comment in the paddock. Yes, I am well aware I am spectating this session now. As we now approach 5 lights out for the first race of the mini league. It is lights out and away we go, and MKP with a tremendous start. However, Rapid is keeping him company as we go into turn 1, but MKP gets away nicely. Rabby up to P4, getting past Tobes. By the looks of it, Pancake has got dropped down a little bit. There's a lovely tree there. And he's gone for a bit of a spin, and he's spinning everywhere. We got a flag down in Sector 1. So
MKP getting away.
Yes, we are now back on with the McLaren driver of MKP. Tell you what, an Alpine in the top 3, mate, is not something we've seen for a while, especially in real F1.
Oh, as Rapid gets a little down towards.
Got some wind there in your background or something, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
MKP getting away quite nicely as a Red Bull and an Alpine. Oh, they touch at Verstappen corner, but the Red Bull doesn't go into the wall like Max did.
Do I sound a bit better?
It does sound a little bit mater. Yeah, better. You can tell I've not done comms for a while. I'm a bit rusty. What's it been since I last did comms? It's got to be, what, 5 weeks now?
Possibly.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but obviously it's been circumstances beyond your control.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back, because as I've filled in for you, I've said that you're a staple of the coding community, and yeah, it's good to have you back.
Yes, I watched the stream that you did, and your words of tribute you did there. Very nice, mate. I do appreciate it. As King's Panda has picked up damage. I believe it was a collision with him and Tobes. He does have wing damage now on the front of his car, so we'll be expecting maybe him coming into a set of mediums or maybe a set of hards AFL. Don't forget, we are already on the second lap of the race.
Yeah, Harvey is pitted and he's going to a set of hards.
Yeah, probably the best option, to be fair.
He'll go to the end. He'll easily get to the end.
Oh, we've got murder on the track from a Haas! And Duncan is out of the Grand Prix. That was a bit of a nasty collision.
Didn't see it.
I did. I was on board of it. If you go back on the stream, you'll be able to see it, mate. I'm surprised it's only a VSC and not a full safety car, to be fair.
VSC just means the pace is neutralised. They'll have to follow the delta. Nobody really loses much time. But it would be smart to see if anybody pits under this virtual safety car and goes to a set of hard tyres. Because they're going to lose less time than they would under a full safety car. So, see, this might open up a bit of strategy. I wonder if anybody's brave enough to make any hasty decisions as MKP gets a drive-through speeding and he's the race leader.
He is. So he'll have 3 laps to serve that, if memory serves me correct, AFL. He will need to come in. So that is going to cost him valuable positions in this race later on. But he is the current Tier 4 champion. If anyone's going to claw it back, it will be him.
Yeah, and fully deserved as well. MKB drove a stellar season. Gets really out of trouble.
Putting an amazing season down in Tier 4. Like I said, a lot of the Tier 4 boys are in this session today. We've got another spin somewhere else. I do believe that might be for Victor Mean. No, it's not. It's for CRL Pancake as he resets to track. I've got that Pancake. I've got you on my screen. As Jay Harder was also out of the race, the other Aston Martin, and that is a fully fledged safety car. Why is Clark not put ghosting on? I think Glarp's not put ghosting on, mate. Ooh. Anyway, we do have a full safety, but it does mean that MKP will not be able to serve his drive-through. Just remind me of the rules of the drive-through penalty, mate. Does it now suspend with it being a full safety car, or does he need to come in and serve it still?
No, you can't serve it under the safety car. You can serve it the lap the safety car comes in, but under full course safety car conditions, you cannot serve any penalties.
Well, a lot of the drivers, obviously all coming in, there's a bit of a lock-up there for Rapid. Cavolis is it. Everyone is pretty much coming in, and I don't blame them. Polishman picks up a 5-second penalty. Oh, there's just... Oh, ghosting is definitely on because Cammy's ghosted.
Yeah, we've had a few people pick up some penalties. But Jenkins has stayed out, which is very good. Which was his car in Tier 4.
Ghosting is apparently on, Ghosting's apparently off according to Duncan, but yet we've just seen Cammy ghost.
You ghost in the pits, DBF, if you crash.
Fair enough, fair enough. But I don't think it's going to be restarted 4 laps in, unfortunately. We will have to make sure that the host does update the settings. It is Clarp that has... It's just one of those, unfortunately. I'm not the host, so for once I can't be blamed for host settings. You know, it feels so good, AFL, for there to be a server issue and I'm not responsible. Because how many times have I heard that, Rob, you're responsible for this, Rob, you're responsible for that, and for once, I'm not responsible. I handed the issues off to Clarp. So for complaints, please email Clarp set the server up wrong at crlcomplaints.getreviewed.com. Duncan now putting quite a few snapshots into the Discord. I don't think it's going to help Duncan at this point.
Rob and AFL. Been a while since I have watched a CRL race, thought I would pop on.
We are joined by the newly married Danielle Wilson AFL, one of our old rivals drivers, now wife.
Congratulations.
Congratulations is in order from everyone here at the CRL team. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen you, Danielle. Obviously, your husband no longer races alongside me in AFL. Then again, he never really raced alongside us. He was always in front of us.
Thank you, smiling face with hearts.
Now, AFL, we are under safety car at the moment. I'm assuming the grid is pretty much all back together. We're just waiting on Carly to pretty much rejoin the grid. Possibly get under racing this lap, maybe next?
Let's see, so Carly's coming out like it's 9 these days. Yeah, we should be racing. At the end of this lap.
Adam's asking what's currently going on. Well, a bit of a kerfuffle at the moment. We are under safety car because Clark forgot to turn off, didn't put ghosting on for spinned cars. So these boys need to step up the talent this evening. But we'll make sure that it's turned off for France, don't you worry. So, Jenkins currently leading the Grand Prix under safety car conditions. Doesn't have a penalty next to his name. However, he is on 4-lap old tyres, so he hasn't been into pit yet, AFL. Everyone, I believe, apart from Jenkins, has come in to pit, if I'm correct. If you just want to double confirm that fact for me.
What was that, mate? Sorry?
I'm just double confirming that Jenkins is the only driver who has yet to come in and pit. I believe everybody else has or is out of the Grand Prix. He's currently on 4-lap old medium tyres.
I believe if that's the case, then yeah, he's the only one that hasn't pit.
So, safety car confirmed to be in this lap. 15 drivers left on the grid. Confirmation there. Oh, as Rapid overtook Wee Rabby under safety car conditions, conceding the position back because obviously it's not green flag conditions yet. As we get underway racing very shortly, as we come, it's Stowe, I believe we're coming into now, if I'm correct.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, see, I'm learning my corners. Anyway, Jenkins now leading the pack.
Leaving as late as possible.
He is leaving it quite late as we are now underway with the remainder of the Grand Prix. Lap 6 out of 18. Can Jenkins hold on to that first vital win in CRL? But remember, he is still yet to come in as MKP gets around quite easily. What a move there. The reason why the champ is the champ, as he makes it look easy around the Haas driver. Obviously, Jenkins, one of the few drivers that is in the same car as what he was driving last season. All he did was literally jump in his garage, listen to Gunter, dusted it off. It's not even Gunter now, is it? Gunter's gone AFL.
Oh, as MKP's off.
Ooh.
What's going on there? But we now have Clark in the lead.
Well, MKP does need to also come in. Remember, he's got drive-through penalty under his belt, so he should be in this lap. Let's go and find someone to speak to, take a look at, shall we? Let's jump on board with Wee Rabby, the Scotsman in the Alpha Tauri. There's a joke in there somewhere, AFL. If you want to find it for me, let me know. Two consecutive seasons here in CRL, Season 9 and Season 10. AlphaTauri have finished the bottom of the constructors. Can Wee Rabby and his teammate, Victor Mean, try and change that this evening? Wee Rabby, of course, being a reserve this evening, not actually a full-time driver, but I do believe that all drivers are being taken into the championship, I do believe. I think I've got to be the one that does the graphics for a member. We'll be using what we used over at SRL. Right then, let's go and find someone. I believe MKP is serving his drive-through, and he is. So, let's tell you what, let's go and show some love to one of the constructor champions from Season 10.
Season 10.
We are jumping on board with Carlos. Oh, you're a bit loud there, mate. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort out.
Yeah, we are jumping on board with Cavalis, my former Red Bull teammate from season 10. And what a season Cavalis had as well. Obviously, it was his rookie season here at CRL. And he put in one amazing performance.
He made a good name for himself.
He really did.
Somebody that doesn't give an inch. He likes to get his elbows out, but that's what we like to see in Cone. And now he's coming down the hanger straight now. DRS not activated.
Having a bit of a battle
so it's just pure engine power and drag.
So, for the two in the comments that are asking, I thought CRL wasn't racing on F124, until F124 I should say. The answer to that is still yes. However, these boys all decided that they weren't prepared to wait that long. So a mini season was formed, and it's a different format to what we normally do. So it's a double header each race as CRL. Oh, it's going from fast to worse. And he's got a 3-second penalty. Oh, VSC, so that's going to buy him a little bit of time. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so these boys all turned around and said, nah, you know what, we're not waiting until F124. We want something. We need something in our lives to hold us over. Well, a couple of us rolled our eyes at the fact that they wanted to play a very bugged out game. So we decided to make the mini league. Formed by Murphy, myself, and Strauss. Murphy came up with a brilliant idea of maybe making it themed each week. So this is the first of 2 races this evening.
No one told me.
It was in the announcements, Atomic. If you didn't see it, then I'm sorry, buddy. Then might want to pop to Specsavers. So anyway, this is hey, I can't say what I want, but I want to add a new element. I need a laugh, mate. I've not had a laugh in 5 weeks.
Atomic's expense.
Anyway, what's it called? Yeah, so this is the first of the double header. Atomic, if you are still wanting to join, still look on the CRL server because we are still accepting reserve roles for this format. You can easily get involved. Danielle. Also, Danielle, same with Mark if he wishes to join. Please push it in his direction. Anyway, this is race 1 of 2 this evening. This is Silverstone. Round 2 is the Paul Ricard circuit. The Channel Challenge is what it's been dubbed by CRL Murphy. We're going to jump aboard with Rapid F1, who's trying to catch the leader, Clark. Is Clark taking the into quite nicely there?
Just on board with Jenkins, him and Polishman, Cavalis and Harvey, all very close to each other now.
I'm just jumping on board at the moment. The battle for P9 is heating up between Cammy and Curly. As Curly makes it look easy around the driver, who's lowered for all his assists and AFL, may I add, switched to wheel, following in your footsteps.
Welcome to the club, Cammy.
And we need to set up his man cave face with tears of joy.
It doesn't get any easier.
Cammy is also, not only has he switched off the assists, not only has he switched to a T300, he's also... Oh no! Oh, it's commentator's curse! And that was a collision with Curly, I believe. He is also switched to cockpit cam. Rapid X1 in all of that has switched to P1 in this race. You got a feel for Cammy. He was doing so well with the new assist. Clerp nearly got back-ending Rapid there. Jenkins, by the looks of it, may have gone for a spin. No, he's come into pit.
So Jenkins now probably will go on a set of soft tyres.
He is going for the soft tyres, so not only will he be going for the fastest lap, he'll be looking to gain positions as quickly as he can.
Not the same without Mr. Wilson to watch.
So Rapid and Clerp and Wee Rabby all very close together. I mean the top 4 are very close together. I mean this could go either way. So we'll jump on board with Tobes in the Alpha.
it's good to see Wee Rabby up there in the top 3.
Yeah.
One of the
I mean, he
tier
was
4
always there or thereabouts, though, in our tier, to be fair. He's really come on leaps and bounds, and it's good to see him up there battling with the higher tiers as well.
Yeah,
just goes to
100%.
show the quality that we have.
Clark retaking P1 from Rapid. Nice little battle going on here between the 2 higher tier drivers. So as I was saying, yeah, Wee Rabby, a tier 4 driver, he's up there in the top 3. It's good to see. Like you said, he has come on leaps and bounds since the last season. We definitely saw a different Rabby in the tier 4. Like I said, tier 4 has got some good talent. Yes, we are the bottom tier, but we do like to put on a good show.
100%.
Taught him everything he knows, lol.
Right then, let's go see if we can find a battle going on somewhere. So, Kavolis is just ahead of Polishman, but Polishman does have DRS assistance on Kavolis. Can he catch him? We'll come back and see him in a little bit. Panda's by himself. Yeah, let's see what Topher can do against Victor Mean. The Daddy Bull versus the Baby Bull. Who's your money on?
It doesn't really matter, to be honest. In terms of they're both bulls.
They are both bulls.
Different branded.
Yes. Obviously, we will be seeing a new version of the Alpha Tauri come the next game. Obviously, Visa RB Racing, or as they like to be known as Racing Bulls. Obviously,
I just call them Toro Rosso.
It is literally Toro Rosso. The car looks exactly like it did.
Yeah, I did love the Toro Rosso there.
Obviously, not only will we be seeing Racing Bulls on the grid next season, we'll also be seeing Alfa Romeo change to, what is it, Stake F1?
Stake F1, yeah.
But obviously
with
they're not...
horrible black and green car.
Yeah, Topher's getting around Victor Mean, so the Daddy Bulls around the Baby Bulls we knew was going to happen. But it is equal performance, so it's literally down to skill. Alright then, let's find somebody else. Ooh, Curly! Curly came out of nowhere. Victor Mean must have had a bit of a spin. We didn't really see what happened there to Victor Mean. But Curly up to P10. Right then, let's jump on board with the battle for P1. We're going to jump on board with Wee Rabby, who is battling the big boys as we speak. So, Kick Sauber is what they're known as around the world, but they are officially, what is it, Stake F1 Sauber or something like that, isn't it? That's the full name, officially. But obviously they can't use Stake around certain parts of the world, can they? Or something, due to branding. But, in 2026, they will be rebranded once again to Audi F1 Motorsports, which I can't wait for, personally.
Yeah, looking forward to Audi coming in. I mean, that's another constructors as well, coming in 2026. So yeah, there are more engine suppliers we have in the grid the bar. Obviously, we may have Ford coming along into the grid, depending on what happens with Red Bull.
Yeah, I can't wait for Ford Transit Red Bull F1 racing team to be on the grid. I really don't think Red Bull's deal with Ford is going to go the way they are hoping, personally. I think once Ford become their engine supplier, it is going to be the end of Red Bull's dominance. Anyway, Topher and Curly having a little bit of a battle. It's good to see that some of the drivers have still kept the 65 on their car from the last time the Tier 4 boys were out in tribute to Dad. It's nice to see that some of them haven't changed their number. It is still nice to see. Obviously, I'll be changing my number in the upcoming season in F1 24. The number 95 will be stricken from the car, and number 65 will be racing on. Right then, it seems to have calmed down in certain places. I'm currently on board with the battle for P9 between Curly and Topher. I think Curly's going to go for a move very soon on the Red Bull. Polishman picking up a 3-second time penalty. Who are you on board with, AFL? What's the score?
Just on board with Topher now. As they come down to Cops Corner, Kylie points through behind. But Topher has a lot of ERS in the tank, so he needs to actually get that like moving and start using it.
I've jumped back on to the battle for P1, where we have also got P4 Tobes coming into play as well. We've got a yellow flag down in Sector 1, I believe. Victor Mean and Pancake having a bit of a kerfuffle. So yeah, the battle for P1 has pretty much turned into a 4-horse race. The top 3 pretty much within seconds of each other. Tobes is a little bit out, but they are all going to have a massive DRS train now going into the small straight. AFL, help me with the name. Could get very interesting here between these 4. Who's going to be brave? All with
so
different levels.
I'm sitting at Silverstone this year.
Ah, yes, you're off to Silverstone this year. I did have plans to go to Silverstone this year, but they kind of fell through.
Hopefully you get to go one day.
I will go one day for certain. I'm definitely going one day. Anyway, what's it called? We have got just over 4 laps to go as Clark goes for the move on Rapid F1, and Clark takes P1 in the Grand Prix.
That's a good move. Is that going to be a race-winning move? Who knows?
There seems to be a bit of a black cloud coming in over the last corner as well. Are we going to see some specks of rain in the last section of the race? Well, only time will tell.
It wouldn't be Silverstone with a little bit of rain.
Always pack your wellies and your waterproofs when you go to Silverstone. That's one thing that I do know. Although, to be fair, the last couple of Silverstone races we've had have been quite dry.
Yeah, it's been nice. My luck, it will be raining.
If it's anything like it's been recently, I don't know if it's been raining where you are, but where I am, wherever I've been, because I'm back home now, in Plymouth it's been bucketing it down, in Doncaster it's pretty much done the same.
No, we've just had quite overcast weather, to be fair. Down in London.
Well, Polishman and Kavolis currently battling for P5, quite close between them. He will have DRS advantage going in.
Mark went to Silverstone on the Saturday was insane.
Yeah, Kavolis does have more DRS. So he should be able to use that to defend with Polishman having DRS.
Oh, we got a bit of spin. Further back, Victor Means spinning out as they come up towards Stowe. I don't know if he's collided with Pancake or maybe his tyres just a little bit too cold because they are fresh softs. But they are about to be shown the blue flags as the front of the grid is slowly starting to catch up. Tobes getting round Rabbi. Still top 4 though, still good for the tier 4 driver in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah.
But is it me, AFL, or is it starting to just get that little bit grey out there?
It is, but it's probably not enough to actually change anything.
No, but I think time does go differently depending on what race distance you're on. Obviously, tyre degrade does. But, I don't know if it's the same for,
whatever. I mean, we won't know. Let's just wait and see what happens.
Let's try and see if we can find a little battle somewhere, shall we? Everyone's pretty much spaced out apart from the front 4. We'll jump on board with Rapid, who's trying to get round Clark again for the lead of this Grand Prix. A Red Bull
down the hanger straight now.
He's going to have DRS assist, and he gets past Clark quite easy. Rapid now again takes the lead of the Grand Prix. These two are trading places, but if they keep battling like they do, Tobes is going to sneak into the top 2 very shortly, and maybe, just maybe, will allow Wee Rabbi to do the same.
Oh, was Rapid spun? And Tobes, I don't know what's going on now, is on board with Rapid. But Rapid has spun. I'm not sure if he was collected by anybody, but he has now lost the lead of the race as Clara PR has now got a 1.4 second lead over Wee Rabbi, who does have a penalty as well.
Tobes does also have wing damage as well on the left-hand side of the car. So these last couple of laps is going to be hard. Rapid, he doesn't appear to have wing damage, but for all we know, he may have minor damage. Cavolis, this may spell, if he can catch up, maybe top 3. Still plenty of time left to go. Victor Mean and Pancake are trading places at the back quite regularly. I say that as Victor Mean goes for a bit of a spin. As blue flags are shown for the AlphaTauri driver of Victor Mean. Rapid now trying to get past Tobes. That damaged AlphaTauri. Not AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo. Making it a bit harder around the corners as Rapid moves back up into P3 as he begins his assault on catching up to the front two. Wee Rabbi now 1.2 seconds behind the leader Clark. He won't have DRS assist going into the final lap of the race, as Clark will be sat there rubbing his hands a little bit for a potentially gifted win.
I wouldn't call it gifted. I think he's earned it.
Oh, he's earned it.
It's just unfortunate of what happened.
Pancake, I also believe, has gone for a spin. He's building sandcastles as he lets the front of the pack go past. But as you can see, the car is ghosted, so I'm certain ghosting's on. But then again, I think it automatically applies anyway when
yeah, when you're a lap down.
Yeah. Wee Rabbi trying to get in front of Rapid. How many seconds worth of penalties does he has? 3 seconds worth of penalties. He's looking to try and get that lead on the Red Bull driver. Can he do it? That's the question.
He needs to pull out the greatest final sector. Cavolis up to P4 in front of Tobes. It's like Concrete Mike is Rebecca. It's down the highway straight now.
Polishman getting around Tobes.
Right, through Stone. Leclerc PR. Onto the Hamilton Straight as it's known now.
As Leclerc takes round 1 of the evening. Wee Rabbi P2, Rapid P3. Rabbi doing enough to stay away from Rapid. Cavolis P4, Tobes P5, Harvey P6, Polishman P7. Here comes Panda for P8. P8, Panda goes at P7 due to penalties. MKP coming across the line in 9th. He won't be happy about that after such a promising start. Here comes Carly into P10. Jenkins following very close behind him into P11. Topher will take P12, and Victor Bean and Pancake, who were a lap down, will take P13 and P14 accordingly. Obviously Duncan and Cammy out of the Grand Prix early days. So AFL, there will be a brief 5-minute interval for our drivers. They will now have time to go to the toilet, speak to their team principals, speak to their mates, and see what they can do as they go over to the Paul Ricard circuit.
Perfect.
So that is not round 1, that is race 1 of week 1 done with for the evening. We do head over to Paul Ricard very, very shortly. So let's just run through the top again. We've got Clark, Wee Rabbi and Rapid as your podium sitters. Cavolis will take P4, Tobes P5, Harvey P6, Panda P7, Polishman P8, MKP P9, Carly P10, Jenkins P11, Topher P12, Victor Mean P13, and Pancake and Cammy, Jay Hartnell and Duncan will bring up the rear. I do need to sneeze, AFL, so... there we go. That's only part one. These boys have now got to put in another shift. I do believe a couple of the drivers that couldn't make race 1 are also coming into the lobby, that being CRL Strauss, and I do believe if he has got his game installed in time, IRT Crack also joined the boys for the race around France. How do you feel about the Paul Ricard circuit, AFL? What's your opinions, what's your thoughts, and how do you feel when you go around driving it?
It's a decent circuit. I mean, it's not one of my favourites, but it's one of those where you need a good balanced car. Obviously, you've got those massive straights, but also you've got the tight and twisty sections. Obviously, Paul Ricard known to be a Formula 1 testing track as well, so it has to have a little bit of everything, you know, how it's got the different corners and different variations. So, I mean, as long as these guys have a good balance set up, I think they should be okay for the race.
Yes, 100% should be. Now, France is a lovely circuit. Obviously, was one of the oldest circuits on the calendar. Unfortunately, this is the second season it's not been on the calendar, or what will be the second season? It will be, won't it? And yet, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's been off longer for some reason.
But mainly because the races around there are right boring.
I hope it returns to the calendar one day. It needs to. I enjoyed the French Grand Prix personally. So I do believe, like I said, the drivers are taking their positions. Yeah, Strauss has managed to join the server. In the meantime, we are going to try and get, while we have the interval, if possible. AFL, are you still there, mate?
Yep, still there.
Can you quickly invite Clark, Wee Rabby and Rapid to the party? If they decide to join, they decide to join. If they don't, they don't. It's not a necessary interview. It is completely up to them.
Let's just say those names again.
Clark, Wee Rabby and Rapid.
Clark, Wee Rabby and Rapid. Bear with me 1 second.
So if they are listening, you boys will get a party invite. If you want to join, it is completely up to you. This interview is not a necessity. We will try re-inviting you again at the end of race 2 to talk about, because you were on the podium, so it's only right. Yeah, so it's up to them if they decide to join. If they don't, they don't. It's not a biggie. But Wee Rabby has quickly jumped in. Wee Rabby, it's not your typical normal podium interview. It is just a literal quick catch up since you made it to the podium after race 1. Quickly talk us through Silverstone, and what's your thoughts about going over to France? Hello.
There we go.
It's not your typical podium interview, mate. It's literally just a quick catch up because you made it to the podium. So just talk us through how you felt about that, because you're on the podium. Obviously, you're battling some of the bigger tier drivers. And what's your plan going into France?
Well, try and do the same again. Honestly, Spider, that was hard. My hands are sweating. I didn't think I'd be anywhere near. I didn't think I was going to be anywhere near the top 5 with some of the names that were on the list, and I'm embarrassed to say it. I totally missed the sign-ups. I'm actually on a reserve the day, but we'll take it as it comes, and we'll see how we get on. And let's push towards France.
Yeah, I couldn't put it better myself. Well, you're representing what was tier 4, mate. You improved in tier 4 during season 10. So the fact that you can, you're up there in the podium against some of the tier 3. I think a couple of them are also tier 2 boys as well. So to be on the podium, it's a big thing to brag about. It's definitely a bragging point, mate.
Well, thank you very much. I did not know that, but we'll see how we go. This doesn't mean that for next season Chuck me in tier 3, because I'm not ready for that.
I've not got any say in that, mate. I might be an admin, mate.
I don't think I would. I think I'd get eaten alive in that tier, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what lap times we put in on the next game.
100%, couldn't put it better myself. AFL, anything you want to quickly chuck to Rabbi before we let him go?
Well done for representing tier 4, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much, man. Cheers, I appreciate it.
No No worries, mate. Good luck.
Amazing to talk to you, bud. Go back and join your party, whoever it is you're talking to.
Nobody, brother. Right, I'll see you guys later.
See you shortly, and maybe speak to you again.
Right, hopefully.
That's the spirit. That's what we like to hear, AFL. A Tier 4 driver going, look at me, I can compete.
Yeah, just give me a shout when we get back in.
Yeah, no problem, mate. So, we will be getting underway in just a few moments.
Neville heading into the second. Gary Neville has built.
Race will resume in 2 minutes. So at 9:08, we will be getting ready. The Paul Ricard circuit, definitely a very, very quick circuit. Hard circuit as well, especially if you're like me in freefall, and we like to have a bit of a collision in the middle of the track, where I blamed a blatant me mistake on freefall. But then again, that seems to be the story of my life, according to certain drivers. So, maybe we'll continue the traditions into F1 24. Can't let all the traditions die hard. Well, they should know where I'm going. I mean, if I'm there, I want to be where they are. It's not my fault they're where I am. They should let me be there. I feel as if that's a great strategy. That's the Max Verstappen strategy, surely, AFL.
I don't know, mate. I was listening.
That just sounds like our typical party chats, that, mate. Me saying something and nobody listening to it. Or me screaming stuff. It does get quite heated. 1 minute, and then we will be... that is it. The clock strikes 9:08. Is everybody here? I do believe, AFL, that we are ready to go. So, for the second time this evening, for the French Grand Prix, let's ready up. The drivers all getting ready up for the second time this evening. And by the looks of it, the majority of them are here. A couple of them aren't readying up, so a bit worrying if they've quickly gone to the toilet. Then, oh boy. Right then. So there'll be a couple of drivers that probably are away from the pad at the moment, so them not selecting their strategy will buy them a little bit of time, AFL. "25 seconds left. There we go. So gotta love autocorrect. So we're off the plane, we're off the ferry, the drivers are all here. That's got to be the quickest that they've ever made it over to Paul Ricard from Silverstone. Right then, AFL. So we saw a nice little battle between a couple of higher tier drivers and a tier 4 driver. Do you think we can expect the same going into the second race of week 1 of the Channel Challenge?
Yeah, of course. I think it's going to be more of the same. Battles all the way throughout the grid. Qualifying is going to be very important, but as it's one shot, not too important, because obviously you want to set up really for the race.
Yeah.
Strategy for the race. There's going to be a few safety cars, I bet, a few incidents, but yeah, looking forward to the race.
It's always a good one around France, to be fair. It is a lovely circuit, and it is a shame it is off the calendar. Hopefully it does return to the calendar very soon, and hopefully it is included in F1 24. I hope France and Portugal are both included in F1 24. Maybe, just maybe, will we see any other legacy circuits included? AFL, what's a legacy circuit that's been and gone that you'd like to see included back in F1 24 as an extra circuit?
I'd love to see the Nürburgring back. I'd love to see Hockenheim back. Hockenheim being one of my favourite tracks.
Now that is a shout.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. And maybe Jerez as well. Jerez, that'd be nice to see that. Obviously, there's been some great battles at Jerez over the years. Obviously, we talk about the, I think it's the 97 championship between Villeneuve and Schumacher. So yeah, that'd be a track I'd like to see. But if I had to pick one, it would be Hockenheim to come back onto the grid. That needs to be back though, like in general. But there's the issue with funding there. But I'd love that circuit to be back. It's a great circuit.
I think you are a nail on the head with Hockenheim definitely being back, even if it is like I just said as just an extra track. It would be nice to have Hockenheim back on the ground. Nürburgring, yeah, definitely another track to see on there. They might not do it maybe because of Niki Lauda, but with Imola being on the calendar, possibly could make its way back. South Africa, Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think South Africa actually have a proper established FIA regulated track, if I'm aware.
They do, but I think it's a Category B, it's not a Category A track just yet. They need to add some more safety features to it for it to be a Category A track to be ran in an FIA licensed race.
And a place that I would like to see for an F1 race, I don't know if it does have a track or not, but New Zealand.
Oh, I'm not too sure, you know. They must have tracks out at that side,
surely, yeah.
Yeah, because of the V8 racing, but I believe that's done in Australia. I don't know what the sort of racing spec is in New Zealand.
It'll be interesting, but that's more we can discuss about in a moment. Clerc will take pole in France. Cavolis P2, Jay Hartnell P3, Panda P4, MKP. Look at the Scots in P5, 6 and 7. It's MKP, Victor Mean and Wee Ravi. Pancake will pick P8, Topher P9, Curly P10, Cami P11, Polishman P12, Harvey P13, Rapid P14, Duncan P15, Tobes P16, Strauss 17 and Jenkins in P18. 12 down to 18. All either not setting a lap or DSQ'd AFL.
Yeah, so now this is the main event.
This is, I had to bit my tongue. Ow, that one hurt. So I'm going to sound a bit stupid now for a little bit because I just bit my tongue. AFL, do you want to take over just while my tongue comes back to life?
As Rob is out of action for a bit, I'll take you through, obviously, the formation lap. Obviously, right now the guys are just setting the strategies. Obviously, having to factor in safety cars may be an issue. How are they going to fuel up? It all depends what the weather's going to be like. Yeah, so these guys now just doing the final touches to their race preparation now, and we should be underway shortly for the formation lap.
Well, we are joined in the comments by IRT Ennis AFL, I believe Ennis, because obviously I missed out on that last little bit of Tier 2.
Yeah.
I believe Ennis was our Tier 2 champion in season.
Yeah, Ennis, my GOAT, Tier 2 champion, and did a lot of work with me with regards to Williams as well, being my teammate. So yeah, shout out to him. Good to see him. Good to hear from him as well. And yeah, he's one of the GOATs of Tier 2, if not the GOAT from Tier 2 last season.
Good, very good possibility. Possibly, and more than a possibility, I do believe Ennis will be probably moving up to Tier 1 for F1 24. But with it being a new game, nothing is guaranteed. Just remember that, people. New physics, new engine, because it is confirmed that it is a new engine that is in F1 24. I believe it's the Unreal Engine 4, which is confirmed for F124, compared to the engine that we are on at the moment. So fingers crossed that some of the issues that we have experienced over the last few years are rectified. We can
That's
only
good.
hope. We can only hope, AFL. Obviously, previous gen support has continued into the next game. So hopefully some of those issues. But we are getting ready for the formation lap. 19 laps of racing on a 35% race here in France, AFL. What do you think going into the race? Obviously, nice mixture. All 3 tyre compounds featuring on the grid. Half the grid have gone for softs and half the grid have gone for mediums. One lone driver on the hards, and that is Jenkins, as Pancake and Topher, I believe, had a bit of a collision and have now been reset back to the grid.
Yeah, so Jenkins is obviously going to be the outlier here, starting in the hard tyre. If there are any maybe early safety cars, it could be the one to benefit. With him staying out, he needs to just make sure he gets through turn 1 and turn 2, okay, and then he can sort of settle down and see if he can move forward.
Yes, it would be very beneficial to go for the long game on the hards. So let's just have a quick run through and see. The team that's pretty much starting together is Alpha Tauri in P6 and P7. Obviously, points are awarded as normal to the drivers. I can't remember though if we did confirm if there was some small little constructors going on. I believe there is. We will get back to you on that. Obviously, we've had a couple of drivers ask about the point system. It's one of those where I believe it is the same as just keep an eye on the servers, because Murphy will get all that information out to you very, very soon. With regards to setting up, obviously, this format, I have had some input into helping it, but Murphy and Strauss are the two that have had a lot of say. Obviously, like we discussed earlier, due to personal reasons, I haven't been about as much over the last 5 weeks. But it is nice to be back in the comms box, and and being back alongside you, AFL, couldn't ask for a better person to be with on my first day back.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual, mate. As I said to you, we all missed you, but glad to have you back.
Couple of drivers not getting into position correctly, Polishman and the grid's being all jiggly bit there, but now we are literally just 5 lights away from race 2 at Paul Ricard. It's lights out and away to go for the second time this evening. And can Clark get a nice start, or is Cavolis going to try and get round? We've got the Haas of King Panda moving up to P2. Good position change there from the Haas. There seems to be Jenkins up to P13 on them hards. We've got a spin with that. Oh, look at that. How many drivers have been involved in that?
About 5. But it looks like the 2 Red Bulls come together. I may be wrong.
Well, VSC is now on the track. Couple of bits of damage there. So Topher's got damage. Tobes has got damage. Tammy's seized up there. Rapid, I believe, has also got damage. Just trying to see. No, Rapid hasn't got damage, but I don't know if he's got minor damage or not. So only time will tell when we see them all flood into the pit in a moment. But I'll tell you what, the biggest winner from all that, AFL, is definitely Jenkins.
Yeah, up from the back of the grid to P10 on those hard tyres.
Yeah, he will be laughing all the way to the bank. And the longer this VSC continues, the more he will be laughing for sure. Clark, P1, Panda getting up from P3 up to P2. Cavolis down to P3 from P2. Wee Ravi, P5. The SC going on a bit long, in my opinion, mate. I don't know if you feel the same way or not.
Yeah, must be a lot of debris.
Well, as we say that, the green flags do go racing as they pretty much cross the line. So a one-lap safety car, Clerk with the fastest lap with a 1:54.9. How many drivers have come in? I believe Cammy has stayed out. He does have wing damage. I don't know if he's aware or not. So, it's a double stack for the Alfa Romeo team. Curly in first. Tobes is sat there like he's waiting at McDonald's for the guy in front to finish his order. And Topher is coming in as well. But they've all opted for the hard tyres. Now, so long as they can stay out of any trouble, a lot of them will be in for the long run. Panda getting round Clarp and takes P1 as they head to the chicane.
Yeah, been quite a bit packed. Couple of laps, but hopefully it settles down now. We have been doing a decent job in P4 on those tyres. I'm hoping he can sort of keep those tyres in the window as they will progressively get better compared to the tyres around them.
Yellow flag down in sector 2. I do believe that is for wee Cammy down there. It's not been his night today, but he is using this as literal practice. I think this is his first multiplayer race on F123. As I said, going into cockpit and no assist and wheel. So, I mean, fair play to the lad. He's literally going. We've all got to start somewhere, so it's. Lovely little overtake there from Polish man on MKT. The man who held us up at the start because of his nat type is now in P6. DRS now enabled as we enter lap 3. Moving forth into obviously F124 AFL. DRS will be enabled from the second lap of the race. I'm not sure I'm keen on the new DRS rule change personally, as if the drivers need driver needs any more reasons to be quick. But I suppose it does help the other 19.
Yeah, but we're seeing that he just gets out the DRS straight away. So, I mean, it's not really made much difference them activating it early, to me personally.
No, it is true. Max is currently in a different league of his own. He's racing in Formula 0 at the moment, because that's what that car might as well be in. A brand new Kia. Obviously, that's from the genius of Adrian Newey and Dr. Helmut Marko. Designing rocket ships over F1 cars. Victor Mean having a bit of a battle with Jenkins. The two Haas drivers. No, not two Haas drivers. One's an AlphaTauri, one is a Haas. I really need my eyes testing. To be fair, I'm not actually wearing my glasses this evening. That's another thing as well. New for this league. I have to wear glasses now. I'm actually being serious as well. I'm not making a joke there. I actually now have to wear glasses, which I'm currently not wearing. Because I currently don't actually know where they are.
So you need glasses to find the glasses.
I do. I really do. They'll be around here somewhere. Litman's probably had them. Oh, actually, I think that's the glasses box from there. Oh, it is the glasses box, but the glasses aren't actually in it. Oh dear. Comes to mind. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I believe that is for the Aston Martin of CRL Pancake. He's not had a lucky evening this evening either, AFL. He's been involved in one or two collisions today. Right, let's go find someone to jump on board with, shall we? The other Aston Martin of Jay Hartnell getting round Wee Rabby. Battle for P4, pretty much very much alive. Strauss getting round Jenkins further down the grid as well. But they two seem to be trading places, so let's go see how they're doing. I think Strauss is going to get by Jenkins in the Haas quite easily, and he does. Jenkins down to P11, but falls into formation behind the Mercedes, separating the Merc and the Red Bull. Do with that as you wish, AFL. I've not said anything.
He won't say anything at all.
Now, AFL, let's take a quick look towards the future, shall we? So, obviously this week was the battle of the channel. Shall we see what it is moving on into week 2?
Mm-hmm.
So, let me find it. Just continuing the Hero format. So, this is the channel challenge. We've got another yellow flag further down. I believe that's for week Cammy. Week 2, it's something you're going to want to look forward to. It's the Duel in the Desert as we head over to Jeddah and Qatar.
Oh, nice.
Lovely, interesting combinations of tracks. Who will be the desert champion?
Too close to call.
Another yellow flag in sector 2. I do believe that is for Cammy. His day has just gone from bad to worse, and very shortly as well, he is going to be shown the blue flags.
Not really what you'd want to see 5 laps into the race.
It's one of those. He's turned all his assists off. He's gone to cockpit view and he's on wheel. Like I said a moment ago, fair play to the lad. He's doing what I couldn't, because I certainly couldn't do what he's doing.
It is tough. But once you start to get it all together, it really is rewarded.
It's one of those where I will try and give it another go if possible on the wheel, but I think I'm going to go back to pad for F124 personally. I've played a bit on the pad recently and it feels more comfortable. I do prefer it.
Yeah, you've always got to be comfortable how you're racing, whether it's on pad or via wheel. You've just got to be comfortable, because obviously there's a lot of man hours that goes into practicing and these races, so you have to be comfortable.
The battle for P1 very much alive. The battle for P9 and P10, however, rapid getting around Victor Mean, but we are on board with Clap and trying to get the position from King Panda. Can he get it done? He will have DRS going into this track. Here we go. DRS now enabled for the Alpine driver. Can he catch the Panda? He's trying. And no, he doesn't. Take a look further back, shall we? Ooh, slight contact there. I think that was between... as Hartnell loses out to MKP. Nice little battle going on here between an AlphaTauri and a McLaren AFL. I don't know if you're looking at this.
Is that the battle for P4?
It is the battle for P4, mate.
I'll jump board, but now I was watching P9 and P10 battle, which is quite close as well.
Yeah, the battle for P4 has pretty much come. But what was that?
Somebody into the pits.
I thought it was someone going over to the wall. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't realise how close we were to the pit. I keep forgetting where the pit lane actually starts for France.
Yeah, it's a new pit lane. Before it used to be on the main straight, you used to come in into the main straight and then take a right, but now I'm sure somebody's gone off, yeah. Somebody went off. The race has gone off.
Oh, what's happened to him? Oh, he's falling down. There doesn't appear to be any damage. I think he's just trying to rejoin. Yeah, he's rejoined safety. That's good of him. He's putting all that talent that he had from last season into this as well. Now, like I said, he is classed as a champion of CRL at the moment. He won the Constructors' Championship with Red Bull, so he'll be taking that status into Season 11 with him. And you know what, AFL? I didn't think I was ever going to say this. So am I. The worst driver is a champion. I think I put the least amount of points into Red Bull last season.
Doesn't matter. You've contributed.
A whole 17 points I think I contributed to Red Bull's 1,000 and something points. Oh, we've got a VSC. I don't know what's happened to cause it. I believe it's for Pancake. Pancake has spun coming out of that awkward chicane. So I think a lot of the drivers may take the opportunity to potentially come in. Clark is in, Panda's in. Ravi is not. He's staying out.
He was on the mediums though, wasn't he?
He is. He'll be looking to go the long run. I think a lot of the soft runners are now starting to come in, to be fair. But Ravi could use this to his advantage. It is, as it stands, AFL, a 1-2 for the Alpha Tauri team. Jenkins, the man who started at the back of the grid, he's now up to P3, and he's definitely going to be going the long run. If I was Jenkins right now, or if you were Jenkins right now, I should say, AFL, what would you be thinking? Because he's gone from the very back of the grid, and he's now currently sitting on the podium. Topher picks up a VSC, Pancake picks up a 5-second penalty. It's all happening, AFL. What would you be doing in this scenario?
First of all, just try to keep calm. I mean, it's still a long race to go. Halfway through, Jenkins now has to sort of put his foot down, but he'll be a little bit annoyed because obviously these guys there and then around him now have had a cheeky little pit stop. He obviously would have lost a bit less time. So he's at a little bit of a disadvantage now. But if there was a full course safety car, then he would definitely pit and probably box into a set of mediums.
So Wee Rabby currently does have a 7-second advantage over his teammate down in P2. Now, at this point in the game, obviously, there's 11 laps left of the race. Would you now go, you know what, I'm going to settle in to the ultimate team game and let's go for maximum points for the team? Or would you say that they'll still be free to battle?
Free to battle.
Yeah, the top three still not coming into pit at the moment. We do have another yellow flag further down. I don't know who it's for. I think that may have been for Cammy. He has been blue flagged again. And that is a retirement for the Williams driver. I wouldn't be disheartened by it, Cammy, if you are watching. You, as I keep repeating, you've changed your assists, you've changed how you're racing. There's another... Oh, God, what's going on?
There you go. It's a full course safety car. Jenkins in there back in the game.
Strauss has just ploughed into a wall. Red flag! We've got a red flag! They exist!
Wow.
Holy
I've never heard
shit.
you so excited. Mate, you're on stream.
I'm sorry, I've just swore on stream. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm so sorry. They exist.
Apologies, guys. He's actually lost all composure for her red flag. I think this has been like his dream. He's been wanting this for ages.
For 2 seasons across 2 different leagues, I was under the impression that no matter what you did on a multiplayer race, red flags just never happened. And today, ladies and gentlemen, in CRL history, in the mini league, the first red flag has happened. Luckily, the driver that caused it drove away. But we are re-racing again under lap number 12, AFL. It's lights out and away we go for the 3rd time this evening. Wow,
We've got somebody in the wall at the back to me.
That's Jay Harner. What's going on?
MKP's in the wall. He's had a massive crash.
Wow. Jenkins is out as well.
Gosh. I really don't know what happened there, but it just seems very messy.
Yeah, I'm surprised another red flag's not happened, to be fair, because quite a few cars seem to collide with each other. But the show must go on. And before anyone starts saying anything, red flags were turned on in Season 10. So, yeah, they do exist. Oh dear. Right, anyway, I am now calm again. The composure is back. I just had Christmas and my birthday and Easter all at the same time. But what are we in now? Are we, 9-10 months into this game? And that's the first red flag we've seen? I mean, I've seen it in career mode. They do happen quite naturally in career mode. Online wise, I think that's only the second time I've ever actually seen it. I don't know if you've ever seen it online at all, not mate?
No, I haven't.
But it's definitely shook things up on the grid. Polishman is now P1, Wirabi is P2, Rapid is P3, Kavolis P4. It's definitely
good move by Polishman into turn 1 there.
I'll tell you what, I do feel a bit bad for Jenkins, to be fair now, because he was having such a good race. He got himself quite high up. Yeah. Victor Mean using what I called him in Season 10, calling Duncan a menace, apparently. I don't know what's gone on, but I think Victor Mean is being accused of the one of being that caused all of that. Obviously, leave it for the stewards, boys. Yes, you can report your incidents at a later time, I do believe. I believe Murphy is sorting that. There's small contact between Wirabi and Polishman. Wirabi I think he was at fault there. Just a bit too eager, mate, bit too eager. Well, AFL. Your thoughts, mate? Plenty for your thoughts. You've gone quiet on me, lad.
Yes, I'm still trying to process like that red flag and the restart. You'd think the restart warranted more of a red flag than actually what the red flag was for.
To be fair, I do agree with you. Because what happened, Strauss, I was on board with Strauss. Strauss went into the wall, I believe it was sector 1 he was in. He hit it quite hard. To be fair, how the Merc didn't DNF is beyond me. But I think in a normal F1 race, that would have been a red flag anyway, because he went into the barrier at some speed.
We have Wirabi now on DRS, and he does get in front of Polishman.
So, just remind me of the red flag rules, AFL. If you are blue flagged under, before the red flag, when the grid reforms, is that car still classed as a lap down, or does it allow them to unlap themselves?
I think it allows you to unlap yourself. I'm just trying to think back to Australia 2023, where we had the mess.
Oh, God,
as
yeah.
Wirabi, and I think there was a few cars that were unlapped during that process.
Yeah, Wirabi and Rapid having a bit of contact there at the front of the grid, but Rapid doesn't really have to put too much effort in at the moment. Both Polishman and Wirabi, both with time penalties. Rapid has nothing. He could literally just sit behind them, and so long as he keeps up with them, he knows he's got G1.
Yeah. But it's not one of those where you want to sit behind somebody because they could end up dragging you into something that you don't want to be into, so it's probably best to get track position.
Well, I've just seen one of the marshals on the track waving a blue flag, so I'm under the impression that maybe, just maybe, it doesn't allow them, the unlapping's not counted, I don't think, because the blue flag was being waved. We are on board with the battle at the moment for P4, and as it stands, Tobes is P4. Out of the two drivers that's on the grid, Clerp should be P5, but Clerp is currently P14, so I believe I've answered my own question in that explanation, AFL, and it does not allow you to unlap yourself.
Shame.
So that is handy to know. So if anything, it just does the drivers that are at the back of the grid over if they've been lapped.
Yeah, and they need to sort that out for the next game.
Yeah, that's one thing. Well, I'm pretty sure we've had this discussion before, AFL, haven't we? If my memory serves me right, where lap drivers under safety cars should be allowed to unlap themselves as well, like they can in actual F1.
Yeah.
But they need to implement it safely. What I'd say is they allow ghosting would have to be a big thing. Let's face it. That's what would have to happen. Safety car, the cars in front, or ghost, and it allows you to go through them and just catch up as fast as you can. Anyway, Polishman currently P1. Provisional P1, however, is Rapid F1. He's trying to get round Polishman So he's no longer provisional P1, and he will be actual F1. As Polishman comes off track there. Now, I don't know if that would be seen as leaving the track to gain an advantage. I don't think it would, considering where it was AFL.
That'd be contentious with it.
Rapid will have DRS on Polishman going into this first straight. Well, not the first straight, but the first of the two long straights. Not many laps left to go now. 3.5 laps left of racing AFL. It's been a good opening round. We saw things we never saw before. We've had some good battles. Yeah. Now, there can only be one driver of the day, mate, and driver of the day is spread over the 2 races. So, thinking of the 2 races we've had today, mate, the driver of the day would be?
Oh, can you ask me in a couple more laps? I'm still debating. It could possibly be Wee Rabbit, to be honest.
Yeah, I was leaning more towards Wee Rabbit myself. But yeah, I'll ask you again around about lap 18.
Yeah, perfect.
So we are back on board, well, still on board with Rapid. The battle for P1 really has heated up. And I do apologise for anyone who can hear my little in the background who's trying to get out of bed. And as we all were at that age where I don't want to go to bed. I'm sure you were like an AFL. I know for a fact I was.
No, I had to set a bedtime and I had to stick with that. Unfortunately.
So did I, but it didn't stop me from not going to sleep.
No, I went to bed.
So Rapid, I think, is trying to get the move done, but he sticks behind Polishman. Will he do it on the next part of the track? The battle is really starting to heat up. Tobes is being brought into this, and Wee Rabbit is also being brought into this. I'll tell you what, it's pretty much all the way down to P5 at the moment with potential. Obviously, a few of the drivers in the top 2 have got penalties. Both Wee Rabbit and Polishman both on penalties. Let's see how much penalties they do have at the moment. So Polishman has 6 seconds, and so does Wee Rabbit. So Rapid, Tobes, and Kovolis are our provisional podium sitters at the moment. But a lot can change between here and the checkered flag, as we are 2.5 laps away from deciding our French winner. Yellow flag down in sector 2. I do believe that is for one of the AlphaTauri drivers, and I believe that is for Victor Mean. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Confirmation it is Victor Mean. There we go. Gave him 2 seconds of fame there. Right then, so back on with the battle for P1. Polishman going a bit, and Rapid looking to get the move done. Ferrari versus Red Bull. Hopefully the battle that we will see for the remainder of the season. As they hope to. Next time out in 2 weeks' time, they head over down to Down Under. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you're aware of AFL, but Australia, as of 2025, is the season opener again.
Yeah, back to how it should be, in my opinion. It was always Australia being the season opener for me as a kid growing up.
Waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 a.m. now.
Well, yeah, 4 a.m, yeah, good point.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the race next week.
Yeah, 100%. It's not next week, remember. It's a week break next week, mate. There's no racing next week.
Yeah, no, we all thinking, yeah, I know there's no racing this week, but next week. It's next week, yeah. Remember, it's Monday today.
Oh, God, yeah, it is. Of course it is. It's because, what's it called? When we do comms, mate, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
The time has sort of blended together as well recently for me. I'm trying to get myself out of the blending of time together. It's, time has either stood still or gone too quick in recent times. Anyway, we are now on the last lap of the race. Now, I did say I'd ask you on lap 18, but it's lap 19. AFL, your driver of the day, mate.
It's tough. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go Rapid just because he has a little penalties. and he's possibly on for a P2. Yeah, I'll go with Rapid.
I'm going to stick with our original decision. I'm going to give it to Wee Rabby. Yes, I know he's got a couple of penalties against his name at the moment, but to be fair to him, the three that are in front of him are higher tier drivers. He has kept up with them. If he didn't have them penalties, he'd be looking at a podium, because Polishman would drop below it. Oh!
Wow.
Right, okay.
Wow.
I'd like to have what I said stricken from the record. I don't know what just happened there. I'm going to give it to Cavalis.
Yeah.
Cavalis is now my driver of the day. I don't know what happened. Purely, I've taken it from Wee Rabby just in case. I don't know if he was the one who caused that. It was a blinking you missed it second. Tobes is now out of the race. We are going to be on board with Polishman, who's going to be the first across the line, but due to penalties, he is going to drop down. So, Clark picks up a 5-second penalty at the end for ignoring him. Like, Cavalis will win the French Grand Prix, Polishman P2, here comes Wee Rabby, but he will take P4, Rapid P3. It's just all changing. Wow, what a race. I'm just going to wait for everybody to cross the line, and we will go from there. Oh dear.
It shows you can never speak too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, but we know that red flags are a thing. Just waiting for Victor Mean to cross the line now. He's got no wing. And there we are. Victor Mean crossing the line to wrap up week 1 of the channel challenge, shall we say. I'll tell you what, it was definitely a challenge for some of these drivers, to be fair, this evening. So let's take a look at the top. Oh, yeah. Cavalis wins the French Grand Prix. Polishman will take P2, Rapid P3, Duncan P4, Wee Rabby P5, Strauss P6, Pancake P7, Panda P8, Hartnell P9, Carly P10, Topher, Victor Mean, Tobes, Clark, Jenkins, MKP, Harvey, and Wee Cammy, all in that order. AFL, if you would be so kind to invite Cavalis, Polishman, and Rapid into the party.
I will, mate, and the night will be off as well. So just want to say thanks for tonight, mate. I'll see you again soon.
Yes, you will. We'll see you on Thursday when me and you head over to ACT.
Yeah. So Cavalis,
Polishman, and Rapid.
So Rapid and Polishman. Yeah, all been invited. So yeah. I will see you guys soon. And yeah, Rob, cheers for today, mate. And thank you to Colin for allowing me to programs again with you. Much appreciated. So yeah,
anytime, buddy. Anytime.
Have a good evening, mate. See you in a bit.
So AFL, thank you for stepping in tonight, mate. Next week we should be joined by CRL Murphy, who makes his return to the comms box after stepping down and retiring from driving in CRL. Now we are just waiting to see if any of the top 3 do join the party. If not, we'll have my thoughts of the day and we will wrap things up for another action-packed week here in CRL history. And it has been CRL history where we see a red flag for the very first time. So I don't know if they are going to join the party or not. So we're going to have my thoughts of the day. So channel challenge was a good week. Points obviously will be updated. Cavola's the ultimate winner with 37 points here this evening, but it's still a long way before we crown ourselves a mini league champion. I do believe, boys, if you are listening, you can still report the way you normally would during a normal season. I don't know what else you really want me to say this evening, apart from I've been your host, CRL Spider. My good friend, as always, has been AFL 1994. We will see you next week for Battle of the Desert, where we head over to Jeddah and we head over to Qatar. So I hope you all have a lovely evening, and if you do want to hear more from me, you can catch me same time on Thursday evening, but it won't be F1, it will be the start of the ACC League Season 1, and that is one you definitely don't want to miss out on.